Good morning, guys. I'm going to do another what I eat in a day video today, and I'm also going to show you how I test to see whether or not I'm in ketosis. So I've got some strips here and I'm just going to go and do a test now. These ones are from Keto and you can buy them on Amazon. I'll leave the link in the description box, and Jasmine is also offering a 10% discount. They're only about like $10 or something initially, but yeah, you'll get a further discount with these. They're as accurate as keto urine strips can be. So I'm gonna go and see how I go with them this morning. Yesterday I tested on the glucometer 3.4 or something, if you'd have seen that in my story on Instagram. So it should be interesting to see how I go testing with a urine strip and to see whether or not the color actually changes. So I've got here, they're so simple to use. This is the clean urine strip. And so what we want is we want this to change color, and then we match it to the color on the container. With these strips, Jasmine's sending an ebook as well. What I will say about these is it says, fully immerse and test pad of the strip into urine. You don't need to do that. You can just hold it under the stream of urine for about 10 seconds and then leave it about 60 seconds to see the best result. And yeah, hopefully you get a color change. You kind of aiming for anything above 0.5. And yeah, if I'm just testing positive to any of this, so I'm above 0.5, then I'm happy. And also the longer you are adapted, the less accurate these can be. But for me, they haven't been a problem, and I can kind of always just feel within my body whether or not I'm actually in or out of ketosis. But these are kind of a good little reminder. And sometimes when you are feeling really bad or you're feeling really fabulous and you take a strip and you test, it's just nice to see that color change for a bit of reassurance to make sure that you are on the right track with like the ketogenic lifestyle diet. Okay, so this is what I got. So let's just compare it to the container. So I'd say I'm probably sitting 0.5 or maybe veering into 1.5. I've also had quite a bit of water this morning, so that will absolutely dilute the ketones in my urine. So just making my coffee, and I'm going to put about a tablespoon of MCT oil in there. That will be good brain power and energy for the day, and also just to start my day perfectly. I just dropped the coffee. Good times. Okay, so meal number one, it's only like 9:30. This is the earliest I've had my first meal in so long, but I'm really hungry this morning. So the thing with fasting, I'll always listen to my body. If I'm really hungry and I'm feeling like I do need something just to, yeah, like tide me over to my first big meal, I'll always just eat. I don't restrict myself. So you guys have seen me make this smoothie like a million times in all of my other videos. If you haven't seen them, just go back to one of my other what I eat in a day videos and you'll see this actually does not look aesthetically amazing, but it tastes bloody good. So in this, all I added was about 100 mils of water, handful of ice, handful of spinach, half an avocado, and a tablespoon of peanut butter just to sweeten it up. And yeah, and I've just drizzled coconut oil on top. So now I'm gonna put this in the freezer, and the coconut oil should solidify and make like a coconut biscuit. It's so messy. Okay, so this is what it looks like when it's out of the freezer, and I just kind of like chop up the coconut, and I'll add some pink rock Himalayan salt, and I'm pretty generous with it. And this is like my first fast breaking meal, and I know it looks gross, and I feel like you don't need to comment on that because I already know, but it tastes so good, so just try it before you judge. But yeah, I'm gonna eat this and I'll see you later. Okay, so now this is gonna be like my first bigger meal. So I've had the smoothie, and now I'm gonna make a Buddha bowl. So I've just got a couple of handfuls of spinach. I've got some fresh basil from the garden, 2 eggs, which I'll poach, and I'll show you how I poach them. I'm going to saute a little bit of broccoli with just in some coconut oil and some spices, half an avocado, so the remaining half, it's definitely on its way out, so I need to eat it quickly. And I'm gonna put a dollop of tahini and of course top with pink rock Himalayan salt. To the water, I'm going to add some apple cider vinegar. It leaves a really good flavor with the poached eggs. I personally can't tolerate apple cider vinegar as a shot, like in the morning as a cleanse. I've tried it and a lot of people ask me whether or not it's appropriate for this diet. Absolutely it is. I just get this horrible nausea and it literally ruins my day. So I'm gonna crack the egg into the bowl before pouring it in. Only because I want it to go in perfectly. So I'll just pour that in there. And then crack the other. And just like have your eggs however you like. So if you're packing this for like work or school or whatever, just maybe a hard-boiled egg is more appropriate. So just put those in. My poaching of eggs isn't the best. I'm not the best cook, but I'm literally just showing you what I eat in a day. Usually really quick things to prepare because I don't have a lot of time, and often stuff that I can just put in a container and take with me wherever I go. Probably just cut them up into smaller pieces. Actually, what I might do, rather than saute them, I'm just going to put them in with the eggs, and then they'll get that apple cider vinegar flavor, and then I'll season at the end. Yeah, just mix it all. These eggs are probably ready to come out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a little paper towel and I'll just spoon them out. These spoons are really good because it drains the water as you go. There we go, 2 poached eggs. And I'm just gonna let the broccoli go for a couple of minutes. Okay, so I've got my poached egg and my steamed broccoli, and I'm just gonna add those to my bowl of spinach. So I'll put the broccoli in first. Mine isn't as aesthetically pleasing as it probably could be, but I don't really care. This is for my tummy. And I'll put the poached eggs on the side there as well. Add my half an avocado. And because it's actually a bit on the soft side, I might actually just mash it up and make like a little guac type thing. So I'll just mash it in there. It's really soft. Didn't have long left. Just add that there. I'm gonna add my tahini. So about a generous tablespoon. Dollop that in the middle. And what I'm actually gonna add is I got this from Keto Lane a really long time ago and have forgotten about it. So I'm just gonna add probably about half a teaspoon and then mix that in later. My pink rock salt, which I'm always super generous with. And my basil. Probably just put that on top and then mix it in later, making things look prettier. Voila, that is my lunch, and it did not take me long to make at all. What I will add to this is some olive oil. So just a drizzle over the eggs. It actually looks better than I anticipated, but full of flavor, lots of veggies, lots of fiber, protein from the eggs, and healthy fats from the avocado, and olive oil, and lots of micronutrients. Okay, so I'm just off for dinner now. Probably not gonna talk in the restaurant, only because it's awkward. But I'll do a voiceover for you guys, and I'll show you the menu and what I order, and show you that it's actually not too difficult to eat out on this diet. However, if you're vegan keto, it's almost impossible, if I'm honest. So yeah, I'll chat to you a little bit more in the voiceover, but yeah, see you soon. So when I'm eating out, I'll always stick to like a protein, so a steak, a fish, a chicken, and I'll just kind of mix around my sides and things like that. Salads are also really good, and I'm not afraid to ask for things without something or add something to a dish. Like, I don't have a problem with that. There's a cheese plate on this menu, but there's a fish of the day and steaks to choose from as well, so that's really easy because you can just kind of like pick your veg, pick your salad, and remove things or add things as you please. So I decided on the barramundi with mussels and asparagus on the side. The sauce was kind of sweet, but that's the beauty of being adapted. You can kind of play around with things like that. On my way home from dinner, it was so yummy. I'm gonna wrap this vlog up here, but thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go to bed with my 90% lint. I also had a glass of wine with dinner as well. So balance, and this is a lifestyle. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.